sorry, my camera died and I don't even know where I was. But all to say is that what we currently do, and we have done in the past for a long time, is we have a 80-20 rule. So out of my paychecks, 80% of it goes into a joint account that I have with my husband, and the other 20% goes into like my personal account that no one touches, and that's like my savings slash do whatever the hell I want money. And then the 80% of my paychecks goes into this joint account, and in that joint account he puts 80% of his paychecks, and he also has a 20% of do whatever the hell you want money that I have, you know, no control over, I can't bitch about. And in the 80%, basically what we do is mortgages, trips, dog food, you know, car payments, car insurance, all that stuff goes out of that 80%. And the reason we did that is because I feel like a lot of people fight over money. It's like the #1 fight thing in marriages. So right when we got married, I decided to try this. A lot of people looked down on us about it. They thought it was like a bad idea and that like it was really weird that we were going to have a separate and a joint account when in reality a marriage should just be a joint. And I was totally against that just because it was kind of how I was brought up. Like I wanted to have a say on a part of my money. I didn't want to just put it in the middle. And it was just fair because a percentage is fair. So it doesn't really matter how much you're making or how different it is between both. It's a percentage. And so with the 20%, I could save it. I could, you know, give some to my mom. I could buy a trip. I could go, you know, spend it, do whatever the hell I wanted with it. And no one could tell me no. No one could tell me like, you can't buy that purse, you can't do this, you whatever, which is what happens in most couples. It was just like a do whatever the hell you want money, and same for him. And out of the 80 was more, you know, payments and all this other stuff, as well as savings. Now, with the 20% that I was saving, a lot of it I just saved for a rainy day, and some of it I put into stocks. So I'm not an investor. I failed miserably at the beginning with stocks because I would just buy them and not really watch them, and like 2 years later I'd look and be like, what, I didn't make any money, or I lost money. And you really need to be watching with stocks, so I've learned a long time. I kind of got back into stocks now because it is a downturn and I think it's a great time to be investing. But then again, like I'm not an expert and who knows if I'm gonna fail miserably or not. But that was part of my 20% of my like do whatever you want money. And I also think if you are going to invest in the stock market or in any sort of investment, you really need to think, I'm gonna lose this money, and are you okay to lose this money? If the answer is yes, you're okay to lose this money, you know, invest it, do it. If this is gonna hurt you and you cannot lose this money, I mean, you cannot afford to lose this money, then don't invest it. That's the trick, that's a tip. And the reason it works really well on the 80-20 is that within the 80, we really do a good job at savings, because a lot of expenses come out of there, but a lot of savings goes into there. And for us, we've always invested in real estate. So that's another tip, is if you want to invest in real estate, I would say just start with one house. And that's kind of how we got started. We have no one in our families that, you know, are real estate experts. No one taught us what to do. It was just we know that the real estate market in the long run will be beneficial for us, and it's a good way to make money later on in life and kind of like that be our retirement instead of waiting for a 401k to like, you know, give us the life that we want. So we really invested in real estate, and we started with one house. We put down 20%, so it was like a few years of saving a good amount of money so that we could put down 20% on the house. And then a few months later, we bought another house that we put 5% into, and we moved out of that house, and we moved into the new house, and we rented out that first house. When we first started with this whole idea, what we really did is we put out an ad online of us renting our house, and we threw a number.